actually going to transition a little bit to doing clicker training. This is going to help outside when the distractions are higher. Most dogs who are very high strung, driven, or just easily distracted, they do better with the clicker versus the word yes. So that's what we're going to focus on first. So I'm just going to literally mark it or teach, like load the marker, kind of like what we did in the very, very beginning. So I'm just going to click and treat. He doesn't have to do anything for it, just getting him used to the sound. Oh, that was good. Much more gentle. Good job. Okay, so did about 3 or 4 times. Now I'm going to pair it to something. Come. Sit. Oh. Down. Good boy. Much more gentle. Good job. Come here. Down. Good. Just kind of refreshing some of the basics. Just getting his brain. Whoops. Brain working. Touch. Yes. Good. Gentle. Good boy. Much better. What if I do this? Yes. Good boy. Much better with gentle. I think the first day, honestly, I just expected too much. I think he was stressed with a stranger being in the house. This is way better. So we're good. Sit. Oh, I clicked too soon. Gentle. Good boy. That's so much better. So much better. Touch. Yes. Gentle. Good boy. Touch. Good. Gentle. Yes, that's my boy. Oh, good job. Proud of you. Down. Free. Gentle. Yes, good. Very good, dude. Okay. Down. Free. Good. Sit. Sit. All the way. Then. Nope. Sit. Up. Sit. Sit. Break. You're hilarious. This way. Down. So just adding some more duration to sit and down. So you'll learn he has to stay in it unless he hears the magic word, which is the F word. F-R word. Ha. I'm going to start making it harder too. Free. Good. It sounds so loud with your leash on. Down. Good. Stay. I'm going to kind of get out of sight a little bit as well. So it's all good impulse control for him not to move. Notice if I notice he's about to like slightly move. In that moment, I kind of change it. That, if he breaks, we just reset. I never want to say the command the second time, but I am going to repoint. And I'm going back to where he was in it. So if he breaks it, I'm not going to make him go down if wherever he breaks and comes to me. It's back where I originally had him set up. Orange. I'm testing to see if he understands the release word. Purple. Ooh, you almost did it. Knox. Oh, good job. Fudge. Fruit. Free. Yeah, good boy. Good job. You missed one. Good job, handsome. That's so good. I'm gonna slowly, increasingly make this harder. And by doing that, I mean there's distractions. So right now, today's session, we're doing it all inside. He'll go outside to do a little bit of leash work, only to go potty. But inside, we wanna work on the basics where it's easier to figure it out. There's less things going on. As he learns and as he does better with this, you're gonna start making the distractions harder, which means going outside and doing it where there's a lot of stimulus. Thirsty? Yeah. Okay, so how I'm gonna make this harder. I'm first gonna put him in a sit, and I'm gonna try to hold the tennis ball. I'm gonna click and give him a treat if he doesn't move, even though I have a ball. Next step, if he's doing well with that, I'm gonna do that probably 3 or 4 times. Oh, sorry, bud. Then I'm gonna bounce it and click and treat if he doesn't move. Then I'm gonna drop it, same thing. So I'm gonna increasingly make it harder. The harder for this is when he is easily able to get the ball, but teaching him to choose not to is the goal. And it's hard. It's gonna be hard. So it's gonna take some time. But here we go. Here, bud. Sit. Good. Oops. Down. Gentle. Good boy. Back. Down. Good boy. Oops. Got it? I see it. Right here. Down. Hey, come here. Down. Stay. The biggest part when first learning this, I'm not letting him have the ball. At the end of the little session we're doing, I will, but not yet. I am adding a slight vocal correction if I see any kind of movement up. Like he's like this. Like at any moment, he's ready to jump up. Yes, good. I want him to settle. This is really hard. He's getting a little bit more mouthy with the treats, but still better than before. But this is hard for him. Hey, no, down, down. Gentle. Thank you. Good. Good boy. Gentle. Stay. That was my fault. Back. Back down. Settle. Settle. Good. Gentle. I know this is hard. Settle. Settle your butt. Really. Down. Settle. I don't care what side. Just do it. Stay. Gentle. I fell apart. I'm sorry. Went everywhere. He's too crazy about giving him treats to try to roll it to him. I was just trying to see if I didn't have to come back to him to give him one. Don't do that. Walk back to him and give him a treat. It's too hard for him not to try to find it. Come here, dude. Sit down. I'll make sure you can actually see everything. Down. Settle. Nope. Settle. I don't care what side. Good boy. Gentle. He's definitely past the point of having to have a treat in your hand to ask for something. It hinders him if you do, so make sure there's no treat when you're cueing what you want. Ah. Ah. Leave it. Gentle. Free. Good boy. Very good. Drop. We need gentle. No. Knit. Yes. Good. Okay, ready to do it again. Over here. Down. A little bit. Down. I know, this is hard, but you're doing great. Stay. We're going to make it even harder. Gentle, good boy. Let's see. Gentle. I know this is hard. Gentle. Thank you. Good. You're so pretty. Knox. Look. Good. Ow. That was too rough. I don't get it to you now. That was really rough. Gentle. Thank you. Good boy. Ow, bud. I know this is hard, but jeez. Back. That's another reason why I have the leash on, so he can't get what he wants. Come on. Knox. Really? You being stubborn now? Come on. He's being a little defiant right now. He's kind of throwing a little fit. Knox. So I'm going to wait him out. I want his attention, not the ball. I don't know if you can see his stance. Come on. I know this is really hard. Come on. I'm holding my ground. He's not allowed to have the ball. I did not release him. Come on. Yes, good boy. And I'm not pulling him towards me harshly. I don't want you to do like this. That he's too sensitive to pressure. I don't want to add too much. But I did do a slight little tug just to get his attention. But I'm not adding that right away. I'm waiting 5 to 10 seconds. I want to see if he'll figure out what I want first. I really want him to free think it. And then if he doesn't, I'm going to give a hint or a slight correction. Be like, hey, that's not what I'm saying. Come back to me. And then I clicked the second he did and dropped a treat. So we're going to work on this because that's where he can easily get it. This is going to help you a lot with sticks too, since he's pretty grabby about it. So I'm going to keep a hold of the leash. Come here. Good boy. And this is all, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but his ball is over there. And that's what this is all for. Good boy. That's better. Ah. No. You can't sneak peanut butter. Good. Good job, dude. This is better. Make it a little harder. Good boy. So there is a little leash pressure going on. Hopefully you can see it. But when he's really pulling forward towards that ball, I'm keeping this tight. The second he chooses me instead of the ball and stops to try to go to it, I immediately loosen it. So tight, loose. So it's just adding a little pressure, and it's not hurt. Like, there's no invasive, intense pressure going on since he has the harness, but it's enough for him to respond to because he's very sensitive to it. So I'm just keeping it tight when he's doing what I don't want, which is focusing on the ball and thinking about ways he can get it. And it releases when I feel and notice that he releases the pressure as well. So when he backs up a little bit or even just walks away from it and focuses on me instead, I'm going to release the pressure and click at the same time that happens. So when you're doing this stuff with him inside, have his leash on. It's gonna help you communicate a little bit better to him because he's too pushy, but trying to use your body, he's gonna get around you really fast. He's strong-willed like that. And I'm not even gonna try that because last time I did that, it was too much. Yes. Ooh. Sorry. Good boy. Good. I'm almost decreasing his drive to get the ball to where his drive should be to focus hyper on you or hyper focus on you instead, which is what we want to do. Ooh, good job, dude. Oh, did you get it? Or did it go under the couch? Come here. I'll give you another one. Knox. Hey, here. I know, you're not going to be able to get it though. I'm going to show ways you can work this as well. So I'm going to hold on to his leash. I'm going to throw it. Same kind of like we did outside with the throwing it. Same thing inside. But I'm not going to let him get it. I want him to focus on me instead. I'm not going to release him to get the ball. So same thing. Plant my feet. Just holding on. Good. Good job. I'm running out of cookies. Oh! God. When you do bite work, dude, you're gonna do some damage. Damage. Gentle. Ooh. Sit. Wait. Good job. These sessions are really hard for him and any dog. It's hard. Impulse control is hard to teach because it's literally controlling them. Like, they have to control their urges and their wants. So we're teaching them that patience, essentially. For dogs who are really high driven and very playful like Knox, this is hard for them. But once they figure it out, it becomes kind of routine and natural, and you kind of calm them down a bit. So when you've done something really hard, make sure you give a release. You're saying free. I'm letting him play with the ball for probably like 5-10 minutes or so. I've got to reload on treats and kind of decompress him a tad. I'm gonna let him play a little bit while he does that and then start back up again. So you want to make sure you give him lots of little breaks. Okay, so next we're gonna do just a little bit more, maybe like 10 more minutes. We're going to teach a heel. So he does pretty well with not pulling. Like, if you stop walking, he does kind of come back and stops pulling, but I want it to be really defined. So we're gonna start to teach, hey, leave it, boy, a defined heel, gentle. Good. It starts inside. So don't just automatically do this always outside, start here. You could even go from here to your little porch area and come back in, but heel starts inside. It's easier for them to learn with less distractions. The second you go outside, the distractions are everywhere, so it's harder for them to learn something new. So we're gonna teach inside. So there's 2 things that I'm gonna have you work on this week that are really simple to teach him. It's the heel position and to follow when you move. So I want him to be lined up perfectly like that. He's gonna be kind of like hard for this, but the perfect heel position is his shoulders are lined up with the seam of your pants. He's not really going more forward to you, and he should be looking up. So right now, this is perfect. That's what I want. It's great. He's just sitting, and I move to him. But I'm going to show you how to teach that on leash and how to continue it even if he goes forward too much. Ready? I'm going to do this with peanut butter. My hand. Okay, so the first step to this is to lure him into the right position. I'm going to mark when he's in where I want him, which is lined up with the seam of my pants. Mark, and he gets a little lick and pull it right back up. So I like to do kind of like this. It's a motion, that's what's easiest. Still probably gonna be messy, but he's really heightened right now and a little overstimulated, so he's being really mouthy because he's in work mode. So this is really to save my hands. Grab it. So when I line him up, I'm come this way a little bit. I'm pulling this in a circular motion behind me. As I do that, I am taking a step back. So there's two things going on. And if you need to break it down, you can. But first, I'm doing this. Come in. Taking a step back as I do so. When he follows, I go forward quickly. Mark when he's in the spot that I want him. Which right now, this is perfect. So when you're on walks with him, this is how he should walk the whole time. So we're going to work on teaching him that. I think he got like a big chunk of it. Okay, knocks. Good. I'm trying not to give him a lot, but he's kind of grabbing it. But it still works. With peanut butter, we'll just go slow with this. Okay, come in. Good. He's already figuring it out, so he's not having to go fully turn himself around, which is great. I want him to be in the right position. Good boy. Oh, that was a bunch. Oh well. Good. Yes, heel. Yes, good. When they're doing really well and staying lined up, we'll take a few feet, and you're gonna mark every couple feet that you take. As long as he stays lined up. Sorry, the was because he bit down, which is fine. But okay, come here. Nope. Come in. So he's a very fast mover. So when he runs in front of me like that, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna move in slow motion to get him to really focus on my body. And it's just because he's kind of high strung. Good. Good. Sit. Good. Good boy. So heel can mean two different things. But heel generally means they're lined up with you how you want them. And then also sitting can be part of it. The sit, we kind of want to be natural, that when you move and your feet come together, that's a cue to sit. But right now, we're just teaching him to stay lined up. So that's the next part that I might do today, might not. He's kind of hype. We did a lot. Yes, gentle. I'm only gonna do it a couple more times. He's getting pretty overstimulated. That's better. Good boy. Good, good. When you've done it a few times too, start testing him. Because before, I'm lining him up, we're taking a few feet forward. I'm now gonna go slower, and I'm gonna stop quickly and see if he holds and stays lined up with me. That's the next part of it. Good boy. I know, this is hard. Let's do it again. A couple more, and we're done. Good. Hey. Lick. Yes. Good. Just better. Good job. Hey, drop it. Hey. Don't break it. Don't break it. Oh, that was my fault. Lick. Yes. You gotta lick it, no biting. Good boy. That's better. Good. So even in moments when he's really overstimulated, I want to teach him not to be so rough with his mouth, because that's just his go-to when he's overstimulated, or it's called overarousal as well. So I want to work him through the yes, good job moments. And I really like doing this with peanut butter because it teaches him to lick versus chomp. Yeah, he's pretty stressed. So if you see towards the end of a session, he looks like this. He's not super stressed, but he's definitely overstimulated. So that's a cue for me to stop. So we're gonna end the session today. I'm gonna take him outside to go potty, and then we'll be done. So he did really good. So this week, focus on adding some more distractions to the impulse control when he's in a sit or a down. Really working with the free word, so the command, and then start to teach him the heel position this week. So just teaching him to stay lined up with you. When you do it, make sure I only say heel when he's fully lined up. So it's at the same time that I click. I'm gonna leave a clicker for you too, so it'll be on your thing. Good boy. Now I'm gonna let him lick the rest of the peanut butter and we'll call it a, none of that, we'll call it a day. Go away. No biting.